If I could tell you just one thing, it would probably be grow fruit trees. Grow fruit trees, y'all. Y'all. Local sustainability can save us from the collapse of a corporate machine. It's not sustainable what they're doing. Check this out. This is miracle fruit. Have you ever heard of a miracle fruit? So what this does is it makes the sour taste sweet for an hour. Look at all those ripe little berries. So just one little half of a berry, and you share a berry, and you will feel like that lime tastes like limeade. The lemon is lemonade. Intense. Super awesome. Um, what more can I tell you? Look at these marigolds. Bees love them. Check out the monarch on the move. Hey, guy. Oh, look at little baby monarch. He's way smaller. He is cruising. Where you headed, brah? Did you eat everything up here? Sure did. You going to the other stick? These guys eat so much of this stuff. They only eat milkweed, so this little guy doesn't know what's happening. He thinks he's got all this milkweed to spare. This big guy is on the move. That's why we need to plant milkweed everywhere. Don't worry, I got a bunch I can get those two to share. Soursop, mulberry. Look at the mulberries coming. Yeah, grows super fast. The everbearing. Guess how long it bears for? Mango. Look at this mango. They never took the tape off. There's a nice graft there. This is interesting. This is not the way I would have done it. There's so many ways to graft things. It's amazing. Dozens. So, get the tape off and see what they did. So the two methods I like are the V method, where you just take the top off and put it in. Look, we can see it's a V method. So that is one I would do. That's my favorite. So you put one slice in the bottom one, and then you just make the top into a wedge. And the cambium layers, as long as they're touching, which is like the green on the outside, then it can live. And how cool is that? So now this tree that might not have produced 10 years or been like its mother, might not have been a fruit variety, now will fruit next season and has a nice super preferred top to it. That one was Tommy Atkins, which is a really good one fresh and not shipped, but does ship well. It's a good producer. And yeah, there's hundreds of kinds of mangoes. It's amazing. You gotta try the coconut cream. What year is it? Tell you what, check out some Moringa. They're looking good. Super healthy plant. Hey, let me show you this. These are all moringas along the way. But check this out. This is called a Biden-zalba. This is a native of Florida. It grows like a weed. It's here growing as a weed. And man, we should pot some up because these can be super medicinal. And yeah, put them in a tea for congestion and all that. It's super good for you. Take the leaves or the flowers. You know, I love eating flowers. So to only eat these when they're somewhere super pure and nice, but I'm gonna taste this one now. Tastes a little bitter. I spit it out. Check this out. Have you heard of arrowroot? It's in a ton of products they love to sell. Super medicinal, and yeah, you eat the root, and look how pretty that variegation is. That's a cool variant of it, called the Queensland. It's got little purple streaks in it. Plants are so cool. Alright, what more can I tell you? Sugarcane is beautiful. Look how nice this is. Works as an ornamental. Nice purple looking bamboo. Grows super fast. Wow. Yucca. You know you can eat these leaves. Look how beautiful it is. It's super hardy. Super easy to grow. You just take a little snip of this stick. Throw it in the ground like a seed. Boom, it pops up. It can't be stopped. 9 months later, you know, this is the main way like half the world eats its calories. Super good. Known as cassava or yucca or tapioca. You can make all sorts of great grains from that. Really good flour, really good bread, good yucca fries, kind of like a potato. Nice little root crop. Look at this sugar cane. I like how it's growing. Growing from the top, I sliced off. Now, I've tried this a couple times and I haven't really had it work that much, but this time it works. So that's cool. See? Yeah, man. Adorable. Look at these super long beans. Pineapples coming in good, nice and rooted. Let's see. More sugar cane. Let's see, what else can I show you? Pigeon pea. Look at that. That's a nice looking plant. So, this is an ornamental. You know, people waste so much money on landscaping. Look at this, though. You can put in ornamentals, or you can put in edibles that look like ornamentals. That look beautiful. This comes up super quick, and then you can eat the peas off of it. They're great. Super nice to eat fresh. Super nice to eat a lot of different ways. What more can I say? Hey, how about try a guava today? Man, this thing can be getting more wet. Oh, it's good now. It's good. Look at this, Yerba Mate. Who knows about the Yerba Mate? Hey, dude, those guys love it, man. They bring the yerba everywhere. This thing looked like it was left for dead. Every leaf on it was brown. It wasn't getting enough water. Where a friend had it, and wow, look at it come back. It is looking great now. You can see the old dead stuff, how much it died back. But wow, just the stick survived, and it is coming back. So, thankful for that. Dragon fruit. Have you ever had the pleasure of tasting a great dragon fruit? Man, check out how this one's growing. This one here, right down the middle, so it's topped. Usually it would go with one ahead, but then it split. And then look how they're both nice and symmetric right now, coming up together. And that will fit really well on what people like to use these on. Put a 4x4 that they can climb up about 4 or 6 feet tall, and then put a T across the top that these will be able to keep climbing. Yes, yes, more dragon fruit. Look how funny this grows sometimes. It's nice and soft still, nice and pliable. And yeah, they straighten out though. They don't stay like that. That's cool. They don't all do that. So much to show you. Who knows about the noni fruit? Oh my gosh. 75% decrease in the pain, or 75% as good as morphine. Crazy, as a pain reliever. Yellow bamboo. Did you know you can eat most bamboo shoots? Did you know there's a kind of bamboo that you plant it, and for 5 years it's growing and it doesn't come above the surface of the soil? And then within like 5 weeks it goes 100 feet. Come on. Magic, huh? Magic. Bananas, you know, bananas are a favorite of mine. Anywhere you can grow a banana, and they can grow a lot further north than you would think. Wow. You can bring a lot of stuff in for winter. You can bring banana pups in for the winter, huh? Dude. This thing right here. Fruits the first year, 100 pounds. And then you got a big stand of it that are, you get more than one rack a year coming in after that. Oh, how magical is that? Coconuts. Have you ever had a really good coconut? Come on, a really good one. I had one, the coconut water. It tasted like coconut ice cream. It was so sweet. All the different kinds of coconut meat that you eat. Sometimes it can be. That is a superfood. Talk about a superfood, man. Oh my gosh. Pineapple, man. This is all the medicine. This is all like, listen, this kind of nutrition. This is like, wow, how all your ancestors ate, man. Eating the good stuff. Like, come on, what are we doing, huh? More bananas. I don't think I like how deep this football got buried. Gotta come back and look at that again. Let's see. Yeah. Man, what happened to this palm? Like all the other palms are fine. This one, we had some, the way that I had got them from the store, they were, I was suspicious, you know, if a couple of them might not make it. So I think it's the way I got this and then planted it, the root had been severed so harshly, it just wasn't gentle. And then it was just sitting around in a store. So that's okay. That happens. So much to see. I just want to show you all the good stuff here, man. What do you know about? Have you ever bought? You ever got some fig cuttings and got them to go? Look at that. Yeah, man, dude, you could do this from the mail. Anybody, anywhere. You can grow them inside. Order these cuttings, and they're like, I got 6 or 8 of these for like 15 bucks, and boom, within 2 months, we're on our way to happy little fig trees. Like $2-3 a piece. $2-3 a piece now. Come on. What are we doing if we're not doing that? Little tamarindo tree. Look how nice that is. Isn't that beautiful? It's awesome. Cacao. The super medicine. Look at these leaves, how gentle they are. So the cacao is a super sensitive plant. He wants to be in a nice little canopy covered part of the rainforest where he's not getting a lot of wind. He just wants to be on his own little oasis of peace. And the cacao, wow, it is medicina for the soul. Cranberry hibiscus, oh my gosh, as good as you could imagine something called cranberry hibiscus tasting, that's what this does. It's that good. It's so good. It's perfect. Nice little sour, but not too sour. Perfect little color. Beautiful. Look at these little heart-shaped leaves. They're like maple leaves. So good. Here we go. What is this? Chocolate sapote, the chocolate pudding fruit. Oh my gosh, you can prepare this in a lot of different ways that are crazy good. The consistency of chocolate pudding when you open this thing up, super good for you. And look, these are the seeds. You see how they're holding on to the seed form, and then, but these popped up a while ago. These are pretty high. This is like 4 inches tall, and it came out of the soil like 2-3 weeks ago, and it didn't pop its seed head off. Is that funny? And then they do, and they're happy looking. Let me show you some bigger ones here. These are a little further along. But yeah, see, these aren't any taller than that one over there that's still got the seed head on it. And funny way nature has sometimes. Beautiful. Lots of herbs. Letting them grow up into be mother plants. I took some cuttings of some mint today. you know, these herbs, they're so good for keeping bugs at bay and doing all sorts of good things. So, you know, if we're not doing anything else, it's fine, man. Just put some plants in the windowsill. And I guess, tell you what, man, just going and being able to take care of that and smell it, and dude, you know, where do you get mint plants? Guess what? You can go get the fresh mint from the store, stick it in the dirt, it'll grow, it loves to root. The yellow Everglade tomato, let me tell you about this thing. New favorite. This thing is super sweet, like a candy almost. I mean, it is good. And they grow prolifically like a weed and can survive the summer. So tomatoes can actually be a perennial. So you could, if you're up north, you could take cuttings of this or air layer it or dig it up, put it inside and prune it down, make a little bonsai tomato out of it, put it in a cool spot by a window. But man, it can become a huge patch outside, a huge patch of this stuff. There's so many, I've been eating the heck out of it. Here you can see how they come in, just a bunch of them running together. So there have been dozens of these things coming in, and more to come. Super prolific, and then they start spreading like a weed. So just imagine all your weeds in your garden, or just half of them. Just imagine some of your weeds were giving you nice little candies like that. Organic from the good earth. I mean, hard to beat it. Tell you what, I just want to grow thousands of those and just give them away, give them away. Give them away, $1 a piece. Guess what? That's something, man. I tell you what, those things grow like they can't wait to grow. Easy, super easiest thing to grow. What more can I say? Mangoes. Monstera deliciosa. So many cool facts about this plant. Super good climber. Can be an air plant. 90 feet tall in a tree. It can come up out of the ground and just be surviving off the air. It climbs like all your good climbing varieties. But yeah, and it crawls on the ground for the dark corner, so it's kind of like has a way of seeing, and it's going for the base of the tree, so it wants to move in the direction of the darkness, and then it wants to climb a tree. That's how it finds a tree. Amazing. Shade-loving tree, shade-loving plant, of course. Alright, we got some mangoes starting over there. Speaking of mangoes, I want to show you some grafts. Here are some of the yellow cherry tomatoes coming up. See, all I did was just take one of those little tomatoes. I literally think this was 1 or 2 tomatoes, and there's all these seeds in them. They're super small. And now these super small seeds, look, I think we got 50 of these little plants going, all in all, in this tray, from 1 or 2 fruits, probably 2 fruits. And wow, guess what, guys? 6 weeks, and those will be plants that you could put somewhere that are on their way to producing a bunch of abundance, like going forward for years and years, because you can just get that going. Like, let's get the good, beautiful autumn plants going, man. I mean, that thing, talking about it growing like a weed so much, I'm concerned that it's invasive, but I guess it's native here, so totally cool. Here in Florida, and up north in the winter, gosh, it wouldn't be able to survive the winter, so you wouldn't have to worry about that there. I would expect. Alright, check this guy out. Avocado. How beautiful is an avocado tree? Oh my gosh. I've had an amazing avocado like twice in my life, and I get them all the time, but there was a couple times I got these special ones because they're different. There's hundreds of varieties, and I got a avocado that I couldn't improve it with salt, and I love putting salt on most things, so, you know, especially avocado, salt and lime, or one or the other, but it didn't need a thing, this one. And these are my friends who said his dad brought them from Brazil, and everybody says it's like the best one, so excited for how happy they are, and also excited to be able to take some cuttings from that and graft them onto other avocado seeds, so then that awesome variety there will be able to be propagated. And grafting, don't let grafting won't let grafting intimidate you. It's the easiest thing. Super. So here is more avocado. This is a Pool variety I bought from a gentleman who shared the name Pool. Super old timer, pushing 80 with 40 acres, or 40 mango trees at least, on some acreage. Chiquette is telling me this is an avocado that it starts to turn color on the tree, so you can tell it's time to pick it. Now I also hear that, well, they don't ripen until you pick them from the tree, but I guess that tells you when to pick it, so that's cool. Most mangoes don't. These are perennial peanut, edible flowers, great ground cover. Don't waste your time, money, and pollute the earth with your silly lawn. That is a silly idea. Grow food, or at least something medicinal or useful. Hey, or like just reasonable that you don't have to constantly manicure it for no reason. Jeez, how about that? Like you could mow this over here, mow it like once a year. No, you don't have to, but you could if you want. Alright, so hey, Brazilian spinach, that grows like super abundantly and gives you lots of cuttings to take. I've turned like 12 sticks into like 150 if I wanted to within 6 weeks. Mexican sunflower, super green, more green nitrogen in that than chicken manure, they say. Chop and drop, improve the soil. The red Everglades tomato, which is nice, but man, the yellow one's just ruined me for red now. The red's really good though. And then I can't get over that aesthetic. Look how great that is. Little vine, little tomatoes, so good. Papayas, look, little papaya forest we got going. So many papayas. And yeah. So many things you can do with that. As far as air layering, take it from the tree, and then you can keep the papaya short. You can keep the variety like, and then you can make it by doing that. Take a cutting from the tree and you turn that into its own tree, and then the tree is gonna, if you took that from the top, it's gonna put out more tops. Instead of one top, it's gonna have 3 or 4 tops, and then you do it again and again and again. And actually it's really good for the tree you're doing it to, because the tree that you took that papaya top from, wow, what'd you do? You brought the whole tree lower so you can grab them, because papayas get super high. So check out this is 2 little grafts I put on a little mango sapling. I got this little mango tree. This guy's selling it on Facebook Marketplace for like, I got them 3 for $20. Man, and look, it's like 2 years old, this thing. This is like going to be a 2-year-old mango tree with nice little cocktail. At least one of these got to take, so they're in bags to keep the condensation in there. And I did the same cut I just showed earlier, little V cut, little wedge graft. I was watching a video of a guy explaining it. He said he has 100% success using that way. So. And then these are the Gold Nugget and Angie varieties of mango. I think the Angie maybe comes in a little early, so that's cool. Maybe one side of the tree will be nice and early, the other side a little after that. And yeah, and then you'll see abundance of nature. Boom, and then you take 1,000 cuttings from this tree and put them different places as far as perpetuating these mangoes, man. They say that this is so much tastier getting them local, and that's how I was getting them over all last year. Man, getting a local mango, wow, unbelievable. But and then getting a preferred variety, that's wow. So these are more little monsteras put over here in the shade. The kind of they don't need so much. I still need to like look at them. They grow slow, and they're pretty hardy, and they just need to not be in the sun and just be getting a little water. And so got a lot of other plants here that are inherited with the little nursery space I'm taking over for. So here is, look how big this mango is. This is like 3 feet tall and huge. Again, I got one side and the other, so a couple different varieties. Now I got a Glen and a Duncan, and here we go. What do we got here? I got it down below. Here we go. What's this one? Oh, another Duncan. Anyhow, man, tell you what. So, if you know somebody who's could use a little money and likes plants like we all should, then tell them, hey man, mango seeds. Just save your mango seeds. Throw them in a pot. See what happens. And then, sure you have a friend around who's got a fruiting mango tree. Half the reason to graft them is just so it'll start fruiting all the sooner. You know it'll be fruiting within a couple years, 3 years, and you know if it fruits and you want it to rather grow than fruit, then you can just take the fruits off when they come in. But I'll tell you what, and then wow, I can't see people selling them online for like 40, less than 40 or 50 bucks. So you can, and that's like that's on the aftermarket. That's not even at a nursery. So yeah, so I bought these plants for 3 for $20, and I put little clip-ins on them from a friend, and wow, $7 a piece. They'll be worth 40, or these would be. If they had both of these on there, people would be into that all the more. So, but man, I would be happy just to put these in people's yards somewhere. Like, just man. If 7 out of 10 of these was just really, really appreciated for all the fruit it gave, man, how many mangoes would that be? You know, that's a ton of mangoes every year. So that's a ton of calories people are eating. That's nutritious. It's good for them. That's medicinal, and not poison and poison free. Yeah, and not filled with poison stuff. How good is that? Bunch of mahogany wood chips brought free. It's like a ton. A 4-foot tall pile going back about 30 feet. Man, all the fertility in there. Tell you what, man, and mahogany trees, take these and we could try to do something with them. Try to grow a mahogany tree. Amazing. So, I've seen people do it. It's a real thing. I've seen people do it on a YouTube video with mango trees. So, not stand them up in the shade somewhere. Do I want mahogany? I want to grow mahogany. That one looked a little ripe, so I've never been I don't know, I bet mahogany actually has a medicinal benefit. I bet it'd be great to grow. So, yeah. Any questions? What should I tell you about next time? Let me just tell you, hey, this is the solution to all the world's problems, because you know why? They are shipping. Everything in this system is tainted, just about. Most everything is tainted with exploitation and toxicity. And wow, man, I never thought we could do anything about it. Or at least not a whole lot we could do. But actually, we can do a ton. We can just tend and keep the garden and be fruitful, and we can have abundance. We can exit the scarcity mindset of consumerism and materialism and what the sales ship says, and we can have abundance for people, for all of us. Food purity, food security. Tell you what, come what may, we're gonna have all that. So, what more can I say here? I'm going to show you more stuff we got to go over here. More dragon fruit. Let's see, more mangoes. Gumbo limbo. Look, it worked right here. So, I know at least somebody saw me taking that mahogany out and said, "What do you think he's doing?" So this is gumbo limbo, and this is rooted already. I was just checking it this morning, and how cool is that? And that's a medicinal tree that grows super fast. And here's an example that same thing, gumbo limbo cutting, but usually more people I would imagine using that size, like thick. But yeah, got that whole trunk going, so man, how cool would that be? I wanted to show over here because I didn't in the last video. See if there's something I can show you. Longevity spinach, hey? Look how abundant this is. So I just had one of them, and look, now there's going to be 10 because I just took cutting. They're all rooted. They all rooted quick. A week, and they were happy. Jackfruit, tamarindo, gooseberry. We're stretching the zone on this one. That's if you're up north a little more.